Ekiti State, a land of many beautiful hills, a land of lush green vegetation, a land known for its love of knowledge and academic excellence, a land of honor, a land that many describe as Nigeria's best kept secret. Ado-Ekiti is the state capital. In the last 3 years, this once sleepy town has turned into a world-class city.
The first thing that strikes you is the total change in ambience when you drive into Ado-Ekiti. If you drive in at night, it's even more striking because the street lights this city used to sleep at 7 p.m. This city is still on most days, midnight. It's improved the economy of the city.
Much of the credit for the rapid transformation of Ekiti State goes to Governor John Kayode Fayemi, a visionary leader who many here say has lived up to his campaign promises. 3 years ago, he said, "As I am ushered into the governor's office in Ado-Ekiti, make no mistake about it, I will ensure that you, the good people of Ekiti State, own this government."
That mission statement underscored the need for all of us, Ekiti people, to come together and move away from the path of disrepute that had accompanied governance in the previous years. It was the years of the locust.
In order to restore government credibility and reclaim public trust, Governor Fayemi's administration set out to make poverty history, to provide the greatest good for the greatest number of people, and increase the general well-being of the people of Ekiti State. This simply meant that fulfilling campaign promises would require transparency, accountability, prudence, creativity, visionary leadership, and a new way of governance different from what had characterized the administrations of previous professional politicians.
My campaign was about restoring the honor of Ekiti, restoring the integrity of the land. And the way to do it was not to put myself forward as having all the answers to the problems, but aggregating those answers and being the captain in a ship of very competent people all around the state. And that was the way we fought the struggle.
With the goal of reversing an almost decades-old trend of neglect and deterioration in key sectors, Governor Fayemi's 8-point agenda promised to democratize governance, modernize agriculture, improve infrastructure, promote qualitative education geared towards the development of human capital, provide free healthcare and social security to disadvantaged sectors of the state, ensure industrial development, develop tourism, and promote gender equality.
Clearly, governance has become more democratic, it has become more participatory, which was our objective, to ensure that the people are actually the architects of their own fortune. So no longer do we prepare budgets in this state without the input from the communities. Probably the only state where that happens. But we do not just stop at that. We also let the communities, through their own towns' unions, embark on self-help projects that are funded by government, but only by providing the money.
Transforming Ekiti State has not been without challenges. Governor Fayemi inherited severely deteriorated public infrastructure, a massive debt of 42 billion naira, and an ineffective revenue and tax generation system.
Before I became governor, the previous 7 years, we had 6 governors in 7 years. So that could give you the sense of instability that the state had experienced.
In short, transformation that would genuinely impact the people of Ekiti would require radical change across multiple sectors. To get a sense of what is going on infrastructure-wise in Ekiti State, there is no better spokesperson and champion than Governor John Kayode Fayemi, who many residents simply refer to as JKF.
We're no longer the Ekiti of old that wants to hide ourselves. Even in our excellence, we refuse to project ourselves. We refuse to sell ourselves to the world. For too long, we've hidden ourselves under the bushel. If you are in a valley, nobody sees you in the valley. If you're on the hill, everybody sees what you're doing. But with that comes a heavy dose of transparency. You can't go up on the hill without showing yourself up to the world. You must be ready to open yourself up for scrutiny.
Transformers to boost electric power supply have been installed in many communities. Some towns, such as Okeako, that have never had electricity are now connected to the national grid. For too long, Ekiti State was rarely ever mentioned in the league of highly developed Nigerian states.
If any good thing comes out of Ekiti, the shock that is often expressed is one that befuddles the mind, as though we are meant to be permanently in the dungeon as far as excellence is concerned.
Under Governor Fayemi, Ekiti State is focused on the present and also the future.
Advancements in education, in healthcare, in infrastructure, in ICT. This is the destination of choice in tourism. But you cannot have any of those things if the infrastructure is not in top shape. It's when you have